So is my screen visible now? So is my screen visible? Yes. Okay. Okay. So let me start class. Okay. So before I continue my next concepts of the class, just I'll revise what I discussed in previous class. Okay, can you just recall the concepts which I discussed in the last class? Yes, you can turn on your mic and answer. Can you just recall the concepts which I discussed in the last class? Yes, turn on your mic. I'm not audible to any of you. What happened to my mobile? Input and output operations. Okay. Then input and output operations. Okay, fine. Next, what's the next concept I discussed? See, but I'm not audible. You all turned on your mic, but I'm not audible to any of you. What's happening today? Okay, variables, rules of variables. Okay, that's fine. Then what else I discussed? How about program? No one is mentioning about program which I discussed in last class. What was the program? What was the program that we discussed in the last class? What happened? Oh, shit. Am I audible to you all? Am I audible? But I'm not audible to any of you. So Rohan mic is turned on, Sudhakar mic is turned on, Ashwini, Shweta, Achala, all of you turned on your mic, but I'm not audible to any one of you. Today what happened? Okay, at least I am audible to you. Lot of disturbance is there. Okay, Sana. But this is closed window, closed. Is my voice clear at least? Okay, yes sir. Okay. Let me continue. Okay, we'll see. I think technical problem, but we'll check out. Okay, so in last class we discussed about variables, input function, so which we can use to read any data from the keyboard. Like you can read obviously when you read data from an input function, so the data will be read as string type. So always the data that you take from the keyboard via input function will be in the form of string. But when you want to convert it to integer, then you can convert by using the function called as int. When you want the data in the form of floating point, then you can use the function called as float. So if you want it in the string form, then you can directly use the data that you read from the input function. So that's about the input function. Likewise, we discussed about variables. So what is variable? So variable is nothing but it's just a name given to the memory location where we can store the data and later we can retrieve the data from the variables. So it's just like a container where we can store and retrieve the data as and when we require. Okay, so that's all about we discussed in the last class. So before I go to the next concept, so just I'll go with one simple correction, because even in the book also, so they have written the operator precedence of arithmetic operators from highest to lowest. But one more rule you need to remember with the operator precedence, so that I'm going to highlight here. Just tell me the output for this now. Okay, for example, have a equation like 5 into 3 integer division 4. So what will be the output now? 5 into 3 integer division 4. What is the output? You can type in chat box because I am not audible to any of you. You can type in chat box. One has said 3. Okay. So apply the rules which I discussed. That is order of evaluation in my third class. Then do it. 3, 3, 3. Okay, can you just tell me why 3? Why answer 3? Can you tell me the answer? Why the result is 3? Okay. Now other side I will share you the screen. Okay. So now can you see this table? Can you see the table? This is the order of precedence. Okay, order of precedence. So as given in your book, the order of precedence for the arithmetic operators, exponent has got highest precedence, then so this modulus operator, then integer division, multiplication, subtraction and addition. See, if we apply this rule, which one we are going to evaluate first here? Which one we are going to evaluate first? So this 3 divided by 4, that is 3 integer division 4 will be evaluated first. Am I correct? Yes or no? So we are going to do 3 divided by 4 first, right? So but if we evaluate 3 divided by 4 first, then what happens? You see here, this 3 divided by 4 will be resulted as 0, because 0 point something you will get. So because it is an integer division, it will take the value as 0, correct? So then 0 multiplied with 5, answer will be 0. But see, as per the table, if you evaluate, then we have to get the result 0. But when you execute this one, we will get the answer as 3. Why so? The reason for this one, so you try to one more point actually, what I missed here. So here when you use this operator precedence table, what you need to remember is the first priority in the arithmetic operator is given to this one. Then the second highest precedence is given to these 4 operators. So modulus operator, integer division and multiplication, all these 4 operators have equal precedence. That means the second highest precedence among the arithmetic operators. Then in the minus and plus, so these 2 operators have the third highest precedence. So among the arithmetic operators, exponent has got highest precedence, and the next precedence is given to all these 4 operators. So that is modulus, integer division and multiplication. So now the question is, when they have same operator precedence, then how to evaluate? So when they have same operator precedence, then we have to apply the second rule. That rule is called as associativity rule. What is that associativity rule? So that associativity rule will say us what is the order of evaluation, mean whether we need to evaluate from left to right or from right to left. So for all arithmetic operators, the order of evaluation is always from left to right. So that's the reason. So here we get the answer as 3, because if you go from left to right, so the first operator that comes in is multiplication, that is 5 into 3. So that is 5 into 3 is 15. So then 15 divided by 4, that is 15 integer division 4. So when we do this 15 division 4, so 4 3s are 12. So the quotient is the answer, because integer division will always truncate the fractional part. So that's why we will get the answer as 3. Did you get this one now? Did you understand this concept? Here what you need to remember is not only the operator precedence. So because when different operators are having the same precedence, remember, when multiple operators or different operators are having the same precedence value, in that case you need to apply the associativity rule. That associativity rule will say us evaluate the expression from left to right. So that's why with this example we got the answer 5 into 3 divided by 4, we got the answer as 3. So likewise you take one more example. We'll take one more example here. This we did okay. I'll just take a copy of this one and then I'll put it in this interpreter shell. So now if I execute this one, we got 11, right? Now because the order of evaluation, so obviously this has to be done first, that is, so this 2 raised to 3 is done first, so that will be replaced by 8, and then division operator and multiplication operator. So when you go from left to right, then division operation will come first, so 8 divided by 4, right? 8 divided by 4 is 2, then 2 into 5 10, so then 10 plus 1, that is 11. So that's why we got the answer 11. But look at here, if I make a small change in the expression, right, then if I replace this with now what will be the answer? Can you tell me the answer? 1 plus 2 raised to 3 into 4 divided by 5. Let's do it and tell me the answer. Type it in chat box. One plus 2 raised to 3 into 4 divided by 5. 7.4 is the answer from Ranjita. Okay, what about others? Again 7.4, 7.4, 7.4. From Purvi, Sana, Rohan, Manjula, Shweta, yes, Yahil Jaki, Ashwini, Deepma, Sadia. Okay, that's right. Okay. Now we'll see here. Once again, I will tell you. So, if you just go with the order of precedence as per the table, only order of precedence with the table. So then we'll get the wrong answer, not the 7.4. Okay. So just I'll type here. Now 7.4, we got the answer 7.4. But see here, if we go with the just order of precedence, then what mistake we'll do, we'll show you. Okay, so now what happens, you see here, first 2 raised to 3 will be done. So this 2 raised to 3 will be replaced by 8. Then we have multiplication and we have division. But if you refer this table, if you refer just this table, then the division operator comes before the multiplication. If you go with this order, then what happens, you see here. So 4 divided by 5 is to be done first. If you go with that one, then what happens, you see, 4 divided by 5 means 0 point something. So this will be replaced by 0. So then 0 multiplied with 8 will be again 0. So 0 plus 1 will get us 1. But this is not the answer. So answer is 7.4. So how? So that's why you see here now. Right. So this is the expression which I had given you. That is, now first expression, first precedence is exponent. So do this exponent operation first. That is 8. Then multiplication, plus multiplication and division. Among this, multiplication and division both have got the same precedence. That is second highest precedence. So among these two, which one to evaluate first? So where we need to apply the associativity rule, because the operators have got the same precedence. When the operators have got same precedence, we have to apply the associativity rule, that is left to right. So if you go from left to right, then we get this 8 into 4 first. So that's why we need to evaluate this one first. 8 4s are 32. So then 32 divided by 5. So this comes around as 6.4. So then 1 plus 6.4 will be 7.4. So that's how we'll get the answer as 7.4. So I think, I hope your doubt has been cleared. So even the assignment also, I have given some expressions. So where same operators with same precedence will come in expression. In that case, always use the associativity rule. That is evaluating from left to right. Associativity means whether to evaluate from left to right or from right to left. But for all arithmetic operators, we have to evaluate from left to right. Did you get this one now? Everyone. Yes, everyone saying with your mic, but I'm not audible to anyone. What's happened to my system today? Okay, you type it in chat box because I'm not audible to anyone. Okay, okay, everyone got the. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, thank you, thank you. Okay, now we'll move on to the next concept. That is the second. Sorry. Before that, just before ending up before going to the next section, so just I want to highlight one more point on the variables. Just go with this one. Alright, variables. Okay, alright. Now try to understand from this screen here. Now I written some code here. Can you just understand what I written on my screen? What is the code? What is the purpose of this code? And what it is going to do? Can you identify? Can you understand what it is going to do? What is this bit of code doing? As some variable randomly named it as x1 q3 z09 or something 35.0, then some another variable has got value 12.50, then third variable is getting the product of these two, and then I'm printing the product, right? So can you understand, based on these kind of names of the variables, can you understand the purpose of the code, or what for the code is being written, right? Right, I'll just go with your screen. Is anyone have answered? Encryption of the value. No, not for encryption. Simple, some variables is been taken in random and the value is being assigned. But we are with this kind of code, with these kind of names of the variables, we are not going to understand what for the code is being written, right? Then we'll take a little change in the same example. Now I named the variables as like a equals to 35.0, b equals to 12.50, then c equals to a into b, print c. So now from this example, I can understand little, but I can't predict the purpose, exact purpose of the code. So simply I can say I am just finding the product of two numbers. I can say I am finding the product of two numbers. That's the only thing I can understand from this one. But look at now third example. Sorry. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is, you see here in the third example, right? Now instead of this one, now I'll write this as hours. Okay, hours equals to 35.0, then rate equals to 12.50, then payment equals to hours into rate, right? Hours into rate, then print payment, right? Now if you see this third example, now with this third example, now what you can understand? What you can understand from this example now, with this naming for the variables, with this kind of naming for the variables, what you can understand? Yes? Can you answer? So not audible. Wait, I'll reconnect because I'm not audible to you also. I'll reconnect so that you'll check out. Okay, so because your response is more important for me, because otherwise your understanding or not understanding I'm not getting here. Okay.